I'm Samantha from Samantha Sweets or Sam's Sweet Art Etsy shop, and I'm here today to show you how about frosting fake cakes. So what's really cool is that anybody can do these, and it's not expensive for the materials to use. So if you just have a little bit of knowledge about doing craft projects, I think you'll do just fine. I want to introduce myself. This is my first YouTube video. I wanted to do some YouTube videos because I wanted to share my artistic knowledge with you so that you could make fun things at home with you and your kids. So I have an Etsy shop. It's called Sam's Sweet Art, where I sell, along with my daughter, Izzy, we sell amazing, fun, sweet items, from party supplies to cake toppers to ornaments, and our signature thing has always been our funny food art. So we're really excited to enter this YouTube arena and check out all the fun things that we can do together. So let's just get started. So I've been a cake artist for the past 13 years, as well as being a mom and a teacher and Etsy shop owner. Lately, Etsy's been great, so I can really focus on the things for the shop. But enough about me. Let's get to it. So, I have already prepped my cake slices, and they are just made out of styrofoam. I actually got the styrofoam free from packaging, and I used a serrated knife to cut the styrofoam into two triangle shapes. This one and this one. Well, actually, it was one whole triangle shape, like this, like a block. Then I cut that in half so that I could have two layers for my cake and put the frosting in the middle. So, as you can see, I've painted it, and the color that I chose for this was Sunny Day by Apple Barrel Craft Paint. This stuff's cheap, and you can find it everywhere, and that's all you need. You don't have to spend a ton of money on craft paint. So this was, I think, a perfect color. It's not totally realistic, but it's whimsical, it's fun. It's a nice yellow cake. So in the middle, if you've noticed, I've already frosted it. And what we use for our fake frosting, and you'll see some other great YouTubers online that use the lightweight spackling. And you can find this at any hardware store or even, any store like Lowe's or Walmart, things that sell items for your home to do work. But this works great for fake frosting. And to get the color that you want, you're just going to simply add your acrylic paint. Now you can choose any color you want. For the spackling, if you want a nice white frosting, I would just add a little bit of white into your spackling because it kind of has a grayish tint to it. So you want to put enough paint in there until it becomes a nice white color. I don't know if you can see that, like that. And all you do is mix it up. It's so fun to work with. It really feels like real frosting. It feels like it, it looks like it, it's great. And when I wanted to go back to the cake for just a second, I just used the regular paint, right? And I used a sponge brush to sponge that on. Make sure you get all the nooks and crannies. I'll do another tutorial later on where I show you those steps, but really it's easy. You just take the sponge brush, dab your paint on, let it dry for a day or two. I already have filled these also with the lightweight spackling. I put it in the middle, just like a regular cake, put the layers together, and it dried for several days. It's really nice and hard and stuck together, and it's very durable. So let's get to it. Let's frost our cake. So again, you'll need lightweight spackling. Any kind really works well. I think I got one of these at the dollar store. All right. Now I'm just going to get to it. I'm going to start with the back, and I'm just going to lather it on there just like you do regular frosting. Same thing. Just swirl it on there. I should get out my old cake turntable, and those are available at Michael's. Get a cake turntable. And that helps when you're doing a whole cake because you can get the whole way around it nicely. See how I'm just slapping it on there. I mean, there's nothing complicated about it. And you know, I'm just going to come out on the edges a little bit where I've painted. If you can see that. Just like the regular frosting would be. You can see. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time. I'm just going to kind of smash it on there. Now I'm going to do some for the top as well. I'm going to have to mix a little bit more of this. I'm going to run out. I'm going to put it on top. And it doesn't matter if some of it kind of comes down because, as you know, when you cut a regular cake, you cut into the cake, the frosting comes down onto the cake. So I'm just going to take it. Yes. Oh, good. Well, I can show you how I mix it then. Put it all over. Like I said, if it comes down a little bit, that's fine. No problem at all. And you want to cover up all the white styrofoam, of course. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit more and mix it up. Maybe. Let's see if I can get this open. Alright, let's go over to the other spackle. Alright. There we go. I'm just going to take more spackling, put it in the smaller container so I can just mix it in there and this can stay white. Alright, make sure you keep these things airtight so that they don't dry out. Alright, like a little bit of paint. However much it takes, squirt, squirt. I think that will work just fine. I mean, you obviously don't want to put way too much so that your spackle becomes runny. Let's see, I'm just mixing it up so that it can have a nice white color. Make sure you mix it thoroughly because you don't want your icing to be marbled with gray. Alright, mix that up. And then we can continue. I want to put a little bit more on. Alright. So I'm going to swirl it like that. See how I just took my spatula and I just, well, let me get a little bit more. Let me show you. And I just went back and forth. So I have a nice little decorative edge. Okay. Don't worry about getting too much on the thing because we're going to put a border on it. This is going to be a birthday cake slice. Again, you can work with it for a little while, but I mean, you don't want to wait too long. You don't want to stop and then have it dry on you because you can always go back and touch it up. That's the good thing. Okay, so here. On my edges. Love the spackling. It works. It's really easy to use. It just feels like real frosting. I love it. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this on wax paper. See, I even painted the bottom so that if someone picked it up, wanted to put it on a different plate, then they could do so. Alright. I think it's best to use decorator bags. You can get those at Michael's. But since I don't have any, I'm out at the moment, I think a regular bag will work just fine. We will see. And you're going to put your tip in there. Now you have to know a little bit about cake decorating to do these. but it's easy to learn. There's so many tutorials online that can show you. You just use your cake decorating tip, put it in the bag, cut it off just enough there, put your speckling in just like you would frosting. Squeeze it down, twist, and we're going to add a border to our cake. All right, let me make sure you can see this. All right, so I'm going to just put a nice shell border like this. You can see this. Put on my shell. Go with a regular cake. Now, you don't have to put a border on it. If you're not a cake decorator, don't worry about it. Just slap some frosting on it, throw some sprinkles on it, call it a day. But if you know about cake decorating even a little bit, you can pipe on a nice shell border like that. I think I'm going to use the same tip for the bottom. I was going to maybe use a slightly larger one, but I like the way that turned out. So this is a larger star tip. And you can even get the tips, like I said, at Michael's. Walmart sells all that cake decorating stuff. You can get those items anywhere. You can order them online. You can order anything you need on Etsy as well. Etsy's the place. I tell you what, I love selling on Etsy. It's wonderful. I encourage you to try it. If you have a love for making things, if you are a maker and you have thought about opening a shop, do it. It's amazingly fun and awesome. Alright, I'm going to pipe another border. Now I'm going to keep it going the same way. And I'm going to be leaving it on this wax paper to dry. So, if you want to line the cardboard with wax paper so that you can pick it up and move it, I'm just leaving it on my table, so I can just leave it where it's at. But if you want to move it, put it on cardboard. So I'm going to just pipe the border on the bottom, right onto the wax paper. Like I said, it's going to take several days to dry. That's important. You need a lot of drying time. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. You know, I piped the bottom on there. Now the fun part, sprinkles. Now I went ahead and I've made polymer sprinkles already. They are baked. You just roll your polymer clay out real thin. You bake it a couple minutes, 275, and you use a pair of scissors and you cut it. And I'm just going to throw those sprinkles right on the spackling. I have a lot of different colors, so I'm going to do rainbow because it is a birthday cake. Rainbow sprinkles are always fun. Now, I suppose you could use real sprinkles. If you don't have polymer sprinkles, you can buy them on Etsy. You could watch tutorials how to make them. I know the Pink Tree, she's wonderful with YouTube, and she has a tutorial how to make your own fake sprinkles. But if you want to use just real sprinkles, they might fade over time or get funky. These won't, because they are clay. You want to make everything non-edible if you're going to take this long to do a project like this. Oh, it's looking good. I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, pink. Oh, I have all the same place, so don't worry about it. If they you know, regular cake that you're doing and you throw the sprinkles on there, there are going to be globs of sprinkles certain places. It's okay. You want it to be realistic and yet fun, like whimsical. Alright. Orange. A couple orange. Just love it. It's turning out so cute. Like I said, you can order supplies to make fake cakes and things on Etsy. There's all kind of great craft supplies available. It's not just art that other people sell. There's all kind of stuff. I've been buying a lot of fabric, A lot of different things on there that I didn't think were available. You just search and you look and you can find it. I think that's enough sprinkles, but I gotta tell you, I just feel like maybe just a couple more. And it's gotta be pink, right? And you want to kind of push them down a little bit so they stay in the joint compound, but you have to be careful you don't get fingerprints. My glasses. You want to be careful you don't get fingerprints in them, in the joint compound, or spackling rather. Spackling, lightweight feather spackling, best frosting ever. Okay, and you just push those down just lightly, just so that they're going to stick. And if a couple fall off when it dries, no big deal. But it's already starting to set up. So I'm going to say that's it for sprinkles. I think it looks super cute. Although a couple sprinkles along the border, not going to hurt. So I'm going to add a couple of those as well. And like I said, with the polymer clay sprinkles, if you've ever worked with polymer clay, really you just roll it out super thin, like the width of a sprinkle, and you're going to bake it 275 for just really, you could do like 10 minutes. I wouldn't go past that, really, 10-15 minutes. And then you just cut them with scissors. And you've got sprinkles. Okay, maybe one more sprinkle. I just love sprinkles. I think they're just the best thing ever. Alright, and if you're not happy with something, just play with it a little bit. Have fun with it, but know that it's gonna set up. You only have a certain amount of time until it starts getting harder, so I think that's cute. Yeah, I think I like it. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to pick you up, I'm going to show you the top of the cake and the side of the cake. I'll do the chocolate one next. Thanks so much for watching. See you later. Alright, I'm taking you with me. There we go. There's the top of the cake and what it looks like. The border on the bottom, on the back.